Wasn't told you could climb through my mind or fly through my eye, and in time you will find what I rhyme is not a lie. Come take a walk through my heart, a stroll through my soul. Been smart from the start. Wasn't taught, wasn't told you could climb through my mind or fly through my eye, and in time you will find what I rhyme is not a lie. See you dealing with a vicious mind, hard cold like Christmas time. Every time I write a rhyme, put it all on the line. No need to hold my tongue. Hold the mic like you hold a gun. Haters, I'm the chosen one. Fakers, I don't roll with none. Don't you ever test my heart. Been a rebel from the start. I ain't got time to play no games. I'm too busy playing my part. Keep my mind on my mission. Living by my premonition. View the world with blurry vision. Stressing in high definition. Not the man I wanna be, but I'll be damned I'm gonna be. How in the hand I'm gonna see the obstacles in front of me. What you know about sacrifice? When life is far from paradise. My palms, they hold a paradise. I stay in clear of parasites. Walking the path unknown to most. The ones that I love, I hold them close. Every rhyme I wrote was dope. No jokes, so folks can overdose. Lyrically, I'm legendary. Yes, I'm very necessary. Plans to see my adversaries buried in the cemetery. Come take a walk through my heart, a stroll through my soul. Been smart from the start. Wasn't taught, wasn't told you could climb through my mind or fly through my eye, and in time you will find what I rhyme is not a lie. Come take a walk through my heart, a stroll through my soul. Been smart from the start. Wasn't taught, wasn't told you could climb through my mind or fly through my eye, and in time you will find what I rhyme is not a lie. You better open the door and let me in. I'm kicking the door off the hinge. Still beginning of your end when you freaking with my can. Oh, you wanna be a thief? You're welcome to eternal sleep. This is not considered beef. The beef for me is obsolete. For everything that you stole, put a hole in your soul, burning me internally. But why the hell am I so cold? Two wrongs don't make a right. Damn sure gon' make my night. Better be ready to take that flight and take a step into the light. Now I'm in a bad mood. There will be no remorse. Now I got an attitude and plan to use deadly force. Now it's time for you to bleed for your jealousy and greed. My mind telling me to kill, just like it's telling me to leave. Ain't no devil on my shoulder. I'm a rebel, I'm alone. As soon as I pick this microphone, all of my enemies have shown no restitution, retribution in the form of execution. Let them live, watch them die. Tell me what's the best solution. Come take a walk through my heart, a stroll through my soul. Been smart from the start. Wasn't taught, wasn't told you could climb through my mind or fly through my eye, and in time you will find what I rhyme is not a lie. Come take a walk through my heart, a stroll through my soul. Been smart from the start. Wasn't taught, wasn't told you could climb through my mind or fly through my eye, and in time you will find what I rhyme is not a lie. See you dealing with a vicious mind, hard cold like Christmas time. Every time I write a rhyme, put it all on the line. No need to hold my tongue. hold the mic like you hold the gun. Haters, I'm the chosen one. Fakers, I don't roll with none. Don't you ever test my heart. Been a rebel from the start. I ain't got time to play no games. I'm too busy playing my part. Keep my mind on my mission. Living by my premonitions. Through the world with blurry vision. Stressing in high definition. Not the man I wanna be, but I'll be damned I'm gonna be. How in the hand I'm gonna see the obstacles in front of me.
What's up, Straight Talk Society? This is your boy Trevor, and I'm back late night with another episode of the Straight Talk Sessions After Dark. So I just put a comment in the chat. For whatever reason, the video has been blocked on Facebook. So if you guys can, just please drop the link to this on your Facebook profiles, so the people that would be watching it could come on over and get into some of this goodness tonight. So we're here for the official launch of the Straight Talk After Dark sessions. And so the way this is gonna go, it shouldn't be longer than an hour, 90 minutes tops. But I do want to warn everybody right now. This conversation might get a little freaky and weirded out. So if you're not into that type of stuff, I understand. You might as well just exit right now, because it's going to be no holds barred and it's going to be uncensored. So with that being said, man, I appreciate the support, man. You guys are in here late at night, man. So I really appreciate that. So let's get into this. So this is the Straight Talk After Dark series, and I'm going to start off with a question. I started it out last week, and I'm going to go ahead and put the question on the board so everyone can see. And the question is, how has the perception of Black sexuality evolved over the years, and what impact has it had on relationships and dating within the Black community? So let's talk about that tonight. And I need you guys to chime in. Because I could sit up here and I could run my mouth, but this works when I get feedback from the audience. So the question says, how has the perception of Black sexuality evolved over the years, and what impact has it had on relationships and dating within the Black community? It's a very interesting question. Peace, one love. Peace, St. Louis, Ricardo, Nini, Arthur, Keela, and the other couple of people watching on the clouds. So let's look at this. What is the perception of Black sexuality? So we're not talking about now, because if we talk about now, it's like it's no holds barred. Everything goes, and it's just like, you bringing whatever you want into the bed. But let's go back a couple of years. I'm in the early 40s. I'm 43 years old. So growing up, it was always the white girls that did the freaky stuff. And you're like, because sometimes I would have friends. You guys can hear me all right? I forgot to do my sound check. But sometimes we'd have friends that would mess with white girls, and we'd be like, yo, bro, why you messing with the white girl? And they'd always tell you, man, because the white girls do, the label of the white girl was always that the white girls always go the extra mile. The white girls always do what the Black girls not gonna do. So at some point, the Black girls were labeled. See, I know Ricardo. If anybody gonna bump me up tonight, it's gonna be Ricardo. White women did the nasty things more indeed. Yeah. So growing up, man, even with like giving head and stuff, you had. So if it was a girl that was a known headhunter in the neighborhood, everybody made such a big deal about it. Now, I mean, getting head now, it ain't nothing. I mean, that's part of sex. But back then it was so taboo, because Black girls were always taught you don't do that. And then that would cause the brothers, football players, basketball players, they'd always go over to the white girls, because regardless of what you guys think, as men, there's certain desires and needs that we want fulfilled. So if you're just coming with the old plain Jane stuff, 9 out of 10, the guy's gonna go somewhere else for it. I'm gonna hit you up on some game tonight, and I I know I'm going out there in the ocean tonight, but it's all good. This is the Straight Talk Sessions After Dark, baby. Let me drop this link in the chat if anybody want to come on. And I want to play a video that's going to kind of reiterate my point, reiterate what I'm talking about. And I want you guys to think about it, because now all bets are off. Now it's just like, everybody's sexual liberation. Everybody's so free. Everybody does whatever they want to do. No holes barred. All holes are open, if you know what I mean. Whereas back in the day, that was just a white girl thing. Like you'd always label the white girl like, oh man, the white girl, she take it in the, she take it in the behind, and she'll swallow it, she'll do whatever. And the black girls, it was always like, oh no, I don't do that. I'm a good girl. They always was behind this good girl persona. So I'm gonna play this video just to kind of reiterate what I'm gonna say. And then I really need y'all to chime in, man. Y'all in here tonight, so you might as well chime in. I mean, because if you leave me up here to my own devices, y'all know it's gonna happen with me. So let me play this video real quick. And I'm not gonna give up my sources tonight for all this material that I'm gonna play. But that person knows who he is. So let's go. All right, so my screen's up.
If you've ever had sex with white women, like, what's the difference? Is there a difference?
The difference is, I don't know. I feel like you could take it further with white women because that's been perpetuated to us through porn and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Like you see all the white women doing the hardcore shit. You know what I'm saying? And then like, I think our community hasn't been that open sexually. White women don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? They suck a golf ball through a garden hose. Yeah. Like they've always been sexually open. Mm-hmm. Having sex with a white woman, it feels more uninhibited. Like you don't have no limits, no boundaries.
So
like,
you almost sound like you're saying you have more fun with white women.
I wouldn't say more fun because sometimes it don't be fun. Like I said, it'd be reparations. I'm doing this just because I can.
You almost the girl in my
last story. I'm almost not attracted to white women. Yeah. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that with a black woman because like I said, we haven't seen that. We've seen white women get dogged like that. You know what I'm saying? Now we could find it on the internet before, but
coming up,
coming up, we ain't see that shit.
If you've ever had sex with,
let's talk about it. Let's talk about it for real. So you heard what he said. He said, with the white women, you didn't see. I mean, with white women, you saw that stuff on porn. So it was like, yeah, that's what they do, because they'd always do the crazy thing on porn. And bottom line, man, let's just keep it a buck. Men are freaky and men are nasty, and we always want to go over and beyond. So like whatever the craziest shit is that you think, we gonna want to try it. So when you have these women and they're like just doing that stuff, it's like, damn. And just like he said, in our community, there was a time that was taboo for black women. Black women wasn't doing that type of stuff. They weren't opening up every hole. They weren't doing whatever it took to keep that man from going out and finding it somewhere else. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna hit you up on game. A man has his woman and he has his whore. If you're lucky, you could be both of them. I know we always want to be all sophisticated and things like that, but there comes a time where a man wants you to be a whore. Especially if he married you, like if he got with you that way and you were, St. Louis in the stars, I can tell. St. Louis might be too this one might be too rough for you, man. But listen, I'm serious though. Like men love Men love that freaky side. So we love the woman that we could take out and show to everybody. You always wonder, I'm gonna just hip y'all up on some game. You always wonder, like, when a man cheats on his woman, and then not a lot of times you see the other woman and you're like, damn, the girl always be like, man, you cheated on me for that? You cheated on me for that? Like, look at her. Look at her compared to me. And he's just thinking in his mind, like, yeah, but she hanging off the chandelier and shit like that. You not doing that. You know what I'm saying? You just coming to me with this boring stuff. So when do we decide, like, when did it change? That should be what I want to say more. Did black women feel like they were losing their men to white women because of this? Or was there a culture shift where they were just like, you know what? I'm sexually liberated. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna just be me. I'm gonna be wide open with it. You know, I'm woman. Hear me roar. This is what it's gonna be. Yeah, y'all let me know, man. Y'all sound off to me. I mean, don't make no sense. Don't make no sense to be quiet now. Y'all in there. I see you watching. Don't make no sense to be quiet. When did the shift happen? And to the women in the chat, do you guys think what I'm saying, there's some validity to what I'm saying? Because think about it. Let's look at even women that you know. Look at the ones that got cheated on. And then a lot of times when you see the woman that the guy cheated with, you're like, man, yeah, it's definitely a safe place, Ricardo. And I might just put this video on private afterwards. But you like, you just like, you see the woman that the guy's messing with, and you're like, damn, what the hell? She's like, I'm all nice and fine and everything, and he's with a big girl or whatever. Because you don't know what that girl's doing to make him feel, good, pleasing to his flesh. Like you may check all the other boxes, but when it comes to that, and I think a man's sexual pleasure should be high up on the list of priorities to his woman. I mean, you can't just get by with the old regular stuff anymore. You gotta, your sexual pleasure should be high up on the list, should be a priority to please him. But let me get into another video. Let me get to St. Louis crazy. That vitamin P really does the body good. Nothing like a good marriage, a good vitamin. I hear you, bro. I hear you. Trust me, I hear you, man. That's why, as pertaining to what we talked about last week about, I almost said the other word, but homosexuals and stuff, man. I don't know. I just don't know how y'all do it. Once you, man, hey, women are great, bro. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Let me get on over here at my screen again. I want to share another video. Yeah, but y'all think about it. Y'all let me know, man. So the white women have historically done this type of thing. And let me get to this too before I play the next video. The guy mentioned about like white women and porn, because you see them in the porn and they're recreating the porn. What role does porn play in your relationship? I think that it could be a big a big hindrance, because let's face it, the worst thing that could happen is you get so caught up in the fantasy of porn that now you're projecting on your woman to stuff that she just can't fulfill. And now every time you're making love to her, you're seeing this porn star. You want this porn star. You want the actions of this porn star. You want, you want her to do all type of crazy things when people you really don't know that behind the scenes of porn, there's multiple takes there, there's fluffers in between scenes. There's all type of stuff going on. It's not as seamless of a transition as it looks. You know what I mean? So has porn like desensitized us to make us want have no pun intended, have unrealistic expectations for our women? She may be very well doing a good job, but you're trying to compare her to to porn star X. You know what I'm saying? Just because of that fantasy, or the stripper, whatever stripper, you just pick random stripper. So it's a lot of that stuff we got to think about, man. But there is a healthy balance, I think, that can be accomplished and that should be accomplished, because I mean, like I said, man, sex is great, and that's for both sides. Like, man, I'm not just saying, you get all your pleasures fulfilled and you just leave her high and dry. You get yours and then you want to go to sleep, and you know what I'm saying? You should always, at least for me, I feel like you should always try to aim to please your woman first. But that's just me. But yeah, just some stuff to think about, man. Let me get into this other video. Speaking of pleasing your woman, let's check this one out.
But see, I have sex to please my woman.
Mhm.
I don't have sex for me. A lot of guys be tripping. They be having sex for themselves. Like, to be honest, we're gonna talk about sex. Like, when I have sex with my wife, she's going to come.
Right.
That's my mission, is for her to come, and like not for me to like. A lot of dudes be thinking like, I be trying to I want to teach the game, man. Players beating her down. They don't make you really like. That don't really make you the pro. Like you think like a lot of us thinking being the alpha is like beating it down. You gotta do enjoyable things to your woman and make her feel like this is an out of body experience. Like me and my woman is like, our body's so tired because I know what to do when to do it. You know what I'm saying? I study her body and make sure I want to make sure that you enjoy this. See, I was on lean but still handling my business. See, I never had no issue with that with wifey,
Okay.
She gonna shiver when
Because I've heard about what do they call it? Lean dick? I don't even know, but I've heard about that.
All right. So again, though, just like I was saying, you know what I'm saying? He's saying like, hey, it's about pleasing that woman. I mean, because you are trying to give her, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say every man, because some men selfish and they just they just trying to get theirs and that's it. They just want to be done. Whereas, with say me, I aim to please. Let's just put it that way. You learn certain tricks, you do certain things, you aim to please. You want to please your woman. You know what I mean? Like you gotta know how to touch them. You know what I'm saying? And then you learn them in the process. So you learn, like, maybe if you're doing a move, they may flinch a little bit or something like that. You maybe not want to try that one. If you do something and you see they jerk a particular way and go to quivering, you got them. That's your go-to move. I'm putting y'all up on some game tonight, man. I mean, hey, I ain't gonna say I'm a pro, but but I'm just putting y'all up on some game tonight, man. You gotta learn how to satisfy your woman, man. You gotta learn how to make them, make them feel. You gotta learn how to make them feel good, man. Because especially if like that's your woman, and fellas, I'm gonna tell you this too, because I had to learn this. Don't be afraid, like if they tell you that's not it. You know what I mean? Like, you think you putting in work and everything, and they like, man, nah, that ain't it. Don't go get all in your feelings and act like it's the end of the world, and now you got to go mess with every girl in the world to try to prove She don't know what she talking about. Just take the criticism and roll, keep it rolling and try to learn. You know what I'm saying? You practice everything else. Try to learn what to do, you know. If you got to pull up, hey, if you got to go to Pornhub or something and type in like a tutorial of how to do something, man, just hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. For real. If you care about keeping your woman happy and satisfied. If not, then just keep doing the same lame crap that you're doing and whatever. And she probably unfulfilled. She probably never had an orgasm before. You know what I mean? But if you really want to learn your woman, just learn or watch her movements. See what makes her feel good when you touch her. If you touch her here, how does that make you feel? How does that make her feel? And likewise, ladies, don't just think because you did this trick 20 years ago that it works in modern day. You know what I mean? Everybody evolves. You got to evolve. You got to learn what makes your man feel good. If you care about that type of stuff. Because the truth of the matter is always this. There wouldn't be so much cheating. There wouldn't be so much cheating going on if there was more pleasing. And I'll just say that because yeah, St. Louis, man, y'all dropping these comments. One love, one love says, and that's why I stick to my man only. He knows me very well, and I know him. I ain't trying to start over. I hear you on that. Ricardo says, porn is a stimulant, but realistically pleasing your partner and giving her pleasurable orgasm is the aim of the game for real. St. Louis says good R&B while pleasing the wife. Using fruit, using fruit is another way to please your wife. Hey, man, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Like you gotta do what you gotta do, man. For real. Oh boy, Mike then came over. Let me drop this link again. Yeah, man, but you gotta aim like if that's your thing, because that's not everybody's thing. Everybody's thing is not to please their partner. They just want to get in, wham bam, thank you, ma'am, good night, see you tomorrow, whatever. So let me grab another. There was another video that was and again, I'm not going to tell you who produced this show, and it wasn't Mike, but that person knows who they are that produced this show tonight. Sent me all these damn videos. So let me get to this one because I thought this one was really interesting. And I want to switch to another topic, and then we almost done. 1 hour in and out. 1 hour in and out. Let's get to this next one.
Yo, what's popping?
Peace. All right,
I apologize. I'm crying over the soup computer thing, and I lost the time.
They blocked my video on Facebook anyway. I don't know why. I don't even think I had anything harmful in there. But yeah, let me get to this video, man. And again, it's just about coming to reality of the situation. I want to go back to the video that the question that I posed: how has the perception of Black sexuality evolved over the years, and what impact has it had on relationships and dating in the Black community? So we started out with the video of the guy saying that he messed with white women because white women were freaky, and growing up, Black girls, it was taboo for them to do certain things. So now I'm gonna play this other video right here. And you women feel free to hop on if you want, because I ain't gonna be having no sex talk with Mike. So that ain't going down.
That was hilarious.
You feel like it. That's what you said. Right. And that is I want to say a part of that is because of your age for you to make a statement like that, because you are younger than everybody here. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm gonna let you have your moment. But to actually think that you think you got it going on that much that you can suck dick when you feel like it is it's I don't know, like it makes me laugh only because like The moment that we start taking our partners for granted, or the moment that we start thinking that I'm like it's a blessing for them to have us, that's when you lose them.
Yeah.
And this is coming from a man. Like, it's always gonna be somebody younger, prettier, tighter pussy, fatter, nicer titties, purer skin. But you better fucking know it. You said you suck dick when you feel like it.
It's funny though that they bleep out ass and not anything else. But again, and I hadn't even listened to that whole video when it was sent to me. But I just said a couple of minutes ago, like, you don't do these things because you don't care about your partner's pleasure. And there's always, and it goes both ways. It's not just for men, because a man will be like, oh man, I'm gonna leave her and I got 100 women out there. Hey bro, you better believe if you got 100 women, there's 1,000 dudes waiting to jump on her. So don't get it twisted. But it shouldn't even get to that level. And I think I always say we have a communication problem in this community, because we don't relate to one another what we like. We don't relate to one another, what we dislike. And I think it even extends itself to the bedroom. Oh boy, Ricardo coming up here now.
Man, I don't know who you talking about, because every woman that has ever messed with me, first of all, peace to my pervy freak brother. What up, Cardi?
Hey, I ain't trying to hear about y'all sexual exploits. I ain't trying to hear it.
Hey, you stop me when you need to, sir. I'm just gonna say this. In regards to what Homeboy said, everybody knows that. Everybody knows there's somebody else that'll scratch your itch. There's always a thought out there. There's always a male thought out there. They're always out there. You don't run to them for more than just sex, because there's nothing else that's there.
Facts.
You feel me? But in regards to the original question, let it be known, Jesus. The problem is the perception and the societal pressures that are on Black women. That's the problem with them being, whether they're freaks or not, whether they perform freakily in bed or not, because they've been told for so many decades by so many people, shh, we don't do that. You don't do that. Oh, that's nasty. Ew, that's gross. But let me be the first one to tell you, I've slept with one white woman in my life. And it's a hilarious story if you ever like to hear it.
Just one, Mike?
Yeah. The other girl was mixed. One, I don't do white girls. Everyone that's ever hung with me knows I'm not a white. I don't feel like they really understand me, but that's neither here nor there. One white girl in my life, and it's a hilarious story because she was a midget. A little person. But I'll gladly tell that story one day if anybody, because it is funny as hell. And she was a lesbian, but that's another story. It's totally another story. But hey, I tell nothing but the truth. But I will say this: every freaky, weird, nasty thing I've ever done in my life has been done to a Black woman and one Puerto Rican, and she got a baby with me. But that's neither here nor there. So Black women might not back in the day, they didn't say they would do stuff out loud, but they was doing that stuff.
Facts.
They was doing that stuff because they was doing it with me. I remember in elementary school, a certain person, they used to have that little saying, dudes used to be like, man, I ain't eating nothing that bleed for 7 days and don't die. Remember they say all that foolishness? And I used to be like, I was the only person in 5th grade at my school, like, I'll do it. Like, as long as she do me back, I'm with it. And everybody looked at me like, ew, you nasty, ew. And I was like, I guess I'm nasty, whatever. And then after school, a certain person whose name I will not mention came up to me and was like, and she was popular as hell at the school, and she was like, hey, so would you do that to me?
She heard.
And I was like, what you mean? You just embarrassed me in front of everybody. She's like, that's other people. I'm talking about me and you. Why you got to put everybody in our business? And I was like, oh, that was the first lesson I learned, where it's just they afraid of being ostracized.
There you go.
You feel me? That's all it is. Because when the door closes and the light go out, All you got to do is, man, come on, try this. Man, I can't do that. Girl, try this shit. But I heard it's nasty. You're going to think I'm a hoe. I'm like, hey. If you're going to be a hoe, I'm going to be a hoe with you. What's up? Okay, don't tell nobody. And all kind of filthiness is happening. So I don't know where this came from. It was a dude who couldn't get no black girls, and that's why he was running the white girls. Maybe that's what it is. But every freaky deaky fantasy I've ever had, including a public story, which I'll tell anybody that likes to hear because she gave me permission, it is fantastic, was a black woman. I love black women. I love it. I don't like pink areolas. They freak me out. They're very weird. I think black women are fantastic.
All right. Hold on.
Oh, my bad.
Because one complaint I got last week is that somebody said this show felt like Man Talk Monday. We're not going.
I'm not hating on women.
We're not going all over the world. We're not going all over the world. We got to stick to.
All right, my bad. Oh, that's your job. Your job is to keep. Today we best friends. So it's your job to keep me there.
What's up, Ricardo?
What to do, everybody? What's going on, Straight Talk Society? We're just in the house. What's going on? What's going on?
You tell me, Mr. Freakazoid.
What up, twin?
Hey, what up, twin?
So I'll just blow his cover, but Ricardo the one sent me all these videos. Just so you guys know.
I expect nothing less.
Somebody got to do it.
Damn right.
Hey, Ricardo be sending me these videos, and I'm like, damn, man. So Ricardo, all right. So you was here from the beginning. So you heard the first video where the guy said basically historically, when it comes to black girls, they weren't doing that type of stuff. And I could agree with him because I know growing up, it's funny. Me and Mike grew up in the same down the street from one another, but we had different experiences because whenever you would approach a girl with that, even in like high school and stuff, they'd be like, "Nah, I don't do that. You better you think I'm a white girl or something like that." That was commonplace.
True facts.
That was commonplace.
Because you ain't a freak.
It went silence. Nah, but when I was going to high school, it was the same experience as well. Because remember, I left Jamaica how long ago? I think it was like 1999. So when I entered Canada, like I grew up in Toronto, which if anybody knows is like what I call New York's little cousin or little brother that they love to hate. Because everything that New York does, Toronto copies, or vice versa. They have a Union Station, they have a Grand Central Station, and vice versa. So not too far off. But I went through the similar experience. The females that I dealt with said they wouldn't do certain things, but then behind closed doors is a complete different scenario that you would go through. So I don't know. Again, if I echo Mike's sentiments, where it's probably the perception of being ostracized more by society because you don't want people to call you or label you a certain way. Why, or beautiful black queens, as Mike will label them. He made a perfect statement once that I will never forget, where he's like, "Y'all, my black queens, y'all so delicious and scrumptious and don't even know it." And I've always took that statement from him because I'm like, yo, he said it so delicately well placed. So I feel that his sentiments is correct as well as yours. I just don't know if society, I feel like we've moved the needle past the 2000s, I guess, when Y2K came in. I feel like everybody just changed all of a sudden. So the thong song came out and then everything just put from there, if you get my drift. So I don't know if there was a needle or something shifted around that time period, but everything changed and everybody's now like, listen, I do whatever I do and that's my business and I keep it moving.
So you think 2000 was it? Because that was a question that I asked. When did it change? Because now we know now is no holds barred. So ain't he's talking about now. We're talking about coming up 80s, 90s, and I don't know. Obviously, I was born in the 80s, so I don't know what happened before that. But coming up 80s, 90s, hell, I even felt like early 2000. But so you think around the 2000 is when it just got
the 99s to the 2000s, somewhere around that.
So when Freak Nigga was popping.
Pretty much around that time.
Speaking of Freak Nigga, when is that the documentary coming out?
I thought it already came out.
I haven't seen it.
No, I think it came out. They were talking about a JVP.
Is it on Hulu? What is it on?
I'll look it up. I haven't watched it. I don't need to see Freaknik. I heard about it a lot.
Yeah, I never been, so I've never
Yep.
gone to one.
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
so if we look, we gonna see you on the video?
No, sir. You might see, unless you might see my finger, because I took hella pictures.
Let's see what Moon got us. We women now have found ourselves Cash Money Records for the 99.
Hey, I'm trying. You think I'm joking, Trevor? I'm being so serious. Like in the growing up, bro. Oh my gosh. Do you remember who lived next door to me?
Yeah.
Okay. When she used to be, I call her the ugly duckling because she was like until high school, then she popped off. One time these dudes was clowning me, right? And this is like middle school, like late middle school. Dudes was clowning me. They're like, oh, I heard you out here and this, that, and the third. I heard your tongue this, and that, and the third, all kind of stuff, right? And she came to me and said, yo, I was like, what's up? We was hanging out. And she said, yo, who was making fun of you? I was like, so-and-so over there trying to talk, acting like he don't be doing stuff. I know everybody be doing stuff. They just front and they lie in front of other people, which is what dudes have always done. And she said, do me a favor, come inside. I went in her house. She put me in her closet. She dialed a number. She was like, hey, come over and do what you did yesterday. No, don't talk to me. Come over and do what you did yesterday. I hung the phone up. I sat in that closet and watched the same dude who told me I would never walk in the room. She said, don't say nothing, drop to his knees and do just what he told me he wouldn't. Because people lie not to look foolish or to fit in. You've known me for a long time. Fitting in is not something I do. I am who I am, and
that's got to be the lamest story I ever heard. Like the fact that you sat there while she was getting.
I ain't want to blow her spot up. Well, hey, call me lame. I could tell other stories, but you won't let me tell the stories.
Man, Mike, man. And you had to stay there until he was done, obviously.
Well, all he did was munch it out, and then she told him to get out, which was hilarious because this dude was a thug. He was a whole thug. And I wasn't no gangster in middle school, dude. What are you talking about? But if I'm lame, I'm lame. I'll be.
Even the perception for Jamaican men, the lie is that Jamaican men don't go down on their woman, which
facts.
Right.
That's what they said. So is it more so that because they couldn't just up in one day just decided to be like, all right, we just now all of a sudden gonna be a freak. So it just more that they was like, you know what? We got to put on this front, like they so often do. Like, hey, we got to put on this front, put on this wholesome act. Like, this is what we're gonna portray. Good girls don't do this. Good girls don't do this. Y'all go to the white girl for that,
bro. It's. Go ahead, Carter. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and the white girls acquiesce the whole thing because they're like, all right, well, if that's what we're gonna be known for, we're gonna do it. So I feel like the brothers never really had an issue. And this is the same reason why you find that you have the passports brothers now, because they're going by the feeling of, oh, well, if the girls here ain't doing it, then I might as well just fly out to these countries, which I would not name, to go get me.
Would.
Brazil, anywhere.
You know what I'm saying? Well, we know them, but just for some people that don't know, you can always Google, you will know.
So all right. So could it be this though? Could it be this that maybe we're too, and because I always got to play devil's advocate, like that we're too we're the ones that's too sexual. We're the ones we're too freaky. We're too nasty. We're requiring things that we don't need from them, or the good one that Jansen said, sex wasn't designed to be like that.
See, that's two different questions. That's two different things. If you're asking me, should we be this freaky? I don't think we should until we're married, but I'm already grown. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. It already happened. I mean, It is what it is, because I went to college. And if you went to college, you know college is the first time in your life where nobody cares if you're a hoe.
No bars holding.
You feel me? Nobody, dude. I met people on Monday, and Monday night, Monday night, I was looking at the top of their head if they had dandruff. I'm trying to be, because you say you don't want to get demonetized or whatever. But I've met people on Tuesday who said they can't stand me, and on Thursday they in love. Like, matter of fact, I met a girl who I had to borrow a pencil from, and that led to me smashing. Like, that's what college was. So if you went to college, or if you were near a college campus, it was hedonism.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, as the man I am today, if I could go back and convince my younger self to not be sexual, would I? Yes, because I think the increased sexuality that we have as a people has caused a desensitizing of the ability to have love and to bond like we're supposed to, because I've only had 2 vaginas in my life that like stood out, right? One I call the kryptonite coochie, and that's because she made me bust in like 2-3 minutes, and it's the only time it's ever happened in my life. And I don't know what she had in that coochie, but that it was a demon. And I only slept with her twice, and the second time was just to prove that I could beat 2 minutes, because that thing was wow. And bro, I promise you, you know what? We're gonna talk on Instagram. We're gonna talk on IG. But it was whoo, and she was ugly, but that's another story.
So you said, hold on, because you said something interesting there. You don't think the two could go hand in hand, being because you said like being this freaky side of us is caused us to be desensitized. You don't think that you could still be like overly freaky and still be able to love someone unconditionally?
That's what I was trying to say. The second person was the only woman I've ever been in love with on this earth. The only woman with her, and it was free, and I turned her out, and we went on a shouts to Coolio fantastic voyage of love and love making and connecting. Mm-hmm. And it was the first time where after I came, because like when I come, I yawn, and everybody that smashed me know, oh, we going to sleep. Like, that's what I do. But I would yawn, and she would cuddle to me and just be like, yo, can I talk to you for a second? I'm like, yeah. And we would just chop up what happened. She would give me dap, or she'd be like, this was fire. And then we would just talk about how we felt and like what we wanted our future to be. And no, I'm so serious. It was weird. And like how I loved her daughter so much, because I was so young at the time. I didn't have any kids. And I was like, I love her daughter. And I love the fact that people think her daughter's mine more than they think it's hers. And like, I think that's what we were destined to be as a Black people. I think we were destined to be in that role, in that mode. But I think we've gotten to a point where we view sex as, men view sex as, I got to get this nut, and I don't want to look like a lame that can't get no draws. And women look at sex as, well, somebody got to knock the dust off these pipes, and I don't want no coochie cobweb, so let me go ahead and smash this dude. But hold up, I'm only going to smash the dude I already smashed, because I don't want to get my miles up. So I smash this dude, even though I don't like him no more, and I'm still smash. And we get desensitized to the connection that's supposed to be sex. Sex was supposed to link you with the person you cared about already. But today it's like you just going for the nut. And like, I remember the first time a woman, when when you first met a woman that was trying to act like she was a dude. I remember it like it was yesterday. Like, she came and then she got up, didn't look at me, and I was like, hey, what's up? She's like, oh, I'm chilling. And then threw a towel at me from across the room, and it hit me in the face. And I was like, bitch, I was like, yo. And she was like, no, I swear I didn't mean to do that. I was just trying to be cool. I didn't want you to think I was gonna be kid. And I'm like, yo, don't come at me like that. Like, we could be cool. But like, in her mind, she thought she had to be disconnected because she didn't want to be labeled whatever it is she thought I was gonna label her, or what she would be labeled for sleeping with me so fast, or whatever. And it's like, that's where we are as a people. It's like there is no, even if we don't want to use religion, let's just use community. For us to become something, it would need to be in the confines of family. And for there to be families, there need to be a mom and a dad. And for there to be a mom and a dad, there need to be two people that are committed and love each other. And sex is supposed to be a part of that bond, but it's not. I know, man, people smash a dude because he had on nice Jordans. Smash a chick because the booty jiggle right.
So Moon Goddess says that women love sex. Yeah, I've heard
they
plenty
do.
of times women.
Yeah, they do.
Women love sex more than us.
I wouldn't say that.
We love freaks and freaks love us. I mean, but that's where we are today. And it ain't no, I'm not saying it's wrong, because again, I've said earlier, I love sex. It ain't no secret.
They're playing around it, right?
Ain't no secret here about it. I'm not going to be the guy like, oh, you should not have sex and this and that. That's not what I'm saying. Go back to my initial point, though, is coming up. It was always stated that Black women they didn't do all that stuff. They didn't even. I even remember. I was watching porn. I started watching my dad's porn when I was about 7, and I couldn't even remember back then seeing any anal scenes from Black women in the porn growing up. I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I just couldn't remember seeing it. Yeah. But on the same movie, on the same cassette tape, you see it from the white girls. So you grow up and you like, well, damn, yeah, Black girls really don't do that type of stuff. But come to find out now, if you pull up some porn now,
hey, yo, you remember they used to run from the money shot? On porn back in the day, they used to run for the money shot.
Don't get it in my hair.
Not in my hair.
The face, all that nonsense.
Yeah. Hey, Cardi, you remember we were talking about our two favorites?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's part of why they my favorites, because them two was thorough.
But the thing is, even with that, I don't think the shy ones be the freaks. I don't think, like, again, like even with the whole money shot and all that stuff, I don't think nothing's wrong with it. Like, I don't think it make you less of a woman.
No, it doesn't.
I said earlier that a woman should be two things to their man. They should be his woman that he could take out, and they should also be his whore. Like,
exactly.
That's just what it is. There's nothing wrong. The perception is they put such a bad stain on. So when I say whore, obviously I ain't talking about somebody out there selling ass. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just a unadulterated, just
filthmonger.
You know what I mean? Just filthy.
Yes. Because let's face it, when we're in the I'm gonna speak for myself, because most people probably don't want to put themselves out there. When you're in the bedroom, I'm sure you're saying all these words and definitions that you wouldn't say out loud in public,
man.
Or we can't be beating around the bush and saying, oh, but this is why I want some of my Christian people to chime in, because they're the reasons why I'm the way I am, because growing up.
Oh no, look at Moon, like one love, like it's shit. This is all no holds barred for her.
Let me tell you something. I had questions, and I badgered my pastor, and I badgered the Sunday school teacher, and I was probably the most filthiest person I know of in Sunday school, but they refused to answer my question. And I was like, well, how do you expect someone like myself, who was a youngster, to really let's be realistic here, sit in the church and be like, oh, I'm not going to be sexual? That is just stupid to me. That makes no sense. I'm going to high school. I'm going to church, but then don't you think I'm going to have needs and wants, and I'm going to be tempted? And they'll be like, no, just read your Bible. That's not good enough. So therefore, if I'm in the bedroom and I'm doing stuff and I'm calling, I'm with the person I'm smashing, and I'm coming up with vocabularies, and we all know what those words are, it's not a bad thing. It's just that you're in the moment, you're in the whole feeling of the sensation of the moment. So therefore, it's not a bad thing, ladies. So don't make that be a thing where you're like, oh, well, therefore I'm not going to do this with this person because I don't want. No, it doesn't matter. You're in that moment with that person. Live it up in the moment. Don't let certain stupid things or people or religion make you feel like I'm less than because that's how it's presented to you. It's just dumb to me. I've always found that just stupid. Maybe it's just
And the craziest thing, because remember, I used to preach, and it was the divide for me was so hard, like especially on, I don't think she'll mind me saying this, but especially on, like, there were mornings we're heading to church, and I'm like, well, damn, let me go and knock this down, and I'm getting ready to go preach now. I ain't talking about just going to go sit in no congregation. This is getting ready to go preach. And I'm like, man, nah, hold on. We got to take care of business right quick.
Man, got to get his mind right.
We got to get some ministry in. And then it's like other nights we'll be there, and like the work, like the divide for me was always so crazy, because I'll be like, damn, I'll be like, man, F this and F, man, like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're feeling good, you just keep dropping F bombs. And I'm like, man, here I am up here. Here I am. I'm a preacher, but in this moment, like, I just feel like, man,
you are a preacher, but you are a man,
hey,
sir.
And there you go. Somebody said it.
Thank you. Man. You know what you made me think of, Cardi? I messed with almost every girl at my church going to Bible study. God, like when you were talking, I was like, I used to go to Bible study. And I went right up there where Trevor lived too. And now that I think about it, I'm like, yo, we used to ride that bus home, and that bus in the back was smelling a little different. Because we was we were some bad little kids.
Terrible.
And that could have been all those sheltered girls. I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. But
bro, there's no such thing as shelter. But the closer you are to every pastor's daughter is a freak. You heard what I said. I said it and every pastor's son is a whore bag. You heard what I said.
Well, you said it. Somebody had to say it out loud.
Come on. I said it and I meant it. The closer you are to the head of the church, the freakier you are. I said it. And I've been to a couple.
Holier than thou you can't find. So
come on. Anybody that they can name every book of the Bible, they can name every position too. They be in the Kama Sutra and the Bible. Trust me. You heard me say it.
So I want to get into this last, because I said I could keep these an hour, a little under 90 minutes. I want to get into this last video because this is a question that I do want to ask. And Facebook, damn you, for real, man.
One Love, what's your fantasy?
Block my damn video.
That's the name of the song.
Okay, because I was like, whoa, where the hell he going with this? Okay, I didn't see that comment.
Oh my God, no, she's married.
Okay. Because you just bust out with that. I'm like, well, wait a minute.
My bad. I looked in the thing. Well, I apologize. No disrespect, ma'am. I was talking about the name of the Ludacris song. I apologize. I never disrespect rings. Never.
Oh shit.
Never disrespect rings. Never. See, I always do that, bro. I always say something ambiguous and I don't even see what I'm saying. Then I get in trouble.
All right, so I got this video. I don't even know what this one about, but I let me see.
I seen this one.
Yo, can friends? I ain't gonna lie, this got a lot. It got a lot to partake in it. Feel me? Like it depends how you fucking me.
See, that's what women don't realize. That's one reason why we get caught, because the penis is a very powerful organ.
Okay, friends have casual sex. I ain't gonna lie, this got a lot. It got a lot to partake in it. Feel me? Like it depends how you fucking me.
See, that's what.
All right, so that's a question that we wrestle with a lot. Well, I wouldn't say I wrestle with a lot. Is as far as men and women being friends. Because I just don't trust. I don't trust. I don't trust men. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Sorry, I agree with you 100% with that one.
Don't trust men.
Don't trust them. Period.
Sir, sir, you got it backwards. Don't trust women, okay? Because I'm gonna let you. This is for the men out there that's listening. Check this out. You know how you got that friend and you say stuff all the time, and she just goes, "Oh, he's crazy." She know you want to smash. She know. And all them men, you know how you got a girlfriend and you like, I don't trust that dude. And she go, he's my friend. He's like my brother. She know he want to smash.
Of course,
you the idiot that fall for it. She know he want to smash. He's in the background playing his position. The day you mess up or she mad at you, he gonna be. She gonna. You know how I know? You know how I know? I've been that dude 4, 5, 6, 7 times. I've been that dude. I am specialized. Oh my God! I wish Trevor I could name some names for people you know. I specialize. When I was in school, I used to, because there was a dude whose name I won't name, but you know who he is, and he. I'm gonna put a real. Because I feel like Moon God is gonna use this against me in the future. But bump it, I don't care. So there's a reason. There's only one type of thing that motivates me, right? And I was in gym class with a bunch of dudes, and this dude, he was talking about how many girls he pulled and da. And I'm in middle school, and dude was like, man, I know you ain't getting no girls, your fat ass. You can't pull no chicks and da. And you know how dudes talk. And in my mind, I immediately said to myself, I'm going to get your girl. And I meant it, and I did it. It ain't take me but a month and a half. And the easiest way I did it, I was doing whatever I wanted in life, but when I saw her, I became everything that he was not. That's all I had to do. Because every woman in a relationship has a list of stuff that she wishes her dude to do to be perfect, but no man can be perfect. So all you got to do is act the way that she wishes he would act, and you can slide in them drawers. I've done it. I'm not proud of it, but I'm not ashamed of it either. Especially, I've done it for revenge at least 5, 6 times to dudes who tried me in public, try to make me look bad in front of other dudes, try to pull a little alpha test. I smashed your girl. And I'll tell you about it later.
You're so vindictive, Mike.
Yes, I am.
Ricardo, what you think about? Because while Moon Goddess is here, I want to tell a story. I want to see if she remembers this. But get in there, Ricardo. Hey, what's up, Zay?
Zay, I agree with you on that one too. Trust no damn body.
Yeah, I don't trust nobody.
Facts.
Nobody. Nope.
My wife, you know, my wife always talking about, you know, like what if she had a gay friend or something. I'm like, I don't even trust them either, because there's a lot of them go both ways, and they hang out with the fine women because they try to get with them.
Facts. Who do you think my ex-wife just married? A dude who was hanging around.
Damn.
So this, so I'm gonna tell.
Yeah, laugh it up. It's funny.
I want to see if you remember this, Shaka. Yeah, you had to remember this. So I got married in 2013, and I can't remember. I think I met Shaka probably like 2012. Yeah, I met Shaka in 2012. And so see how I can say this. Shaka, okay. I mean, y'all can't tell from here, but Shaka is a beautiful woman, like legit. So
I can tell.
Yeah, I'm a just, but no, when you see her in person, it's a whole lot better. You like, damn. So I'm at home one day. This when we hadn't even bought this house. We weren't even in, you know, our apartment or whatever. And my wife isn't home. I don't think we were married at the time. No, we weren't married. We were getting ready to get married. And for whatever reason, she wasn't there. So I'm home, and Shaka sends me a message. I'm like, well, what the hell? Because again, I don't trust nobody. So I'm like, man, they trying to set me up to see my loyalty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Shaka sends me a message, the most random ass message in the world. Me and her ain't never discussed this ever. Shaka sends me a message and asks me if I want some sushi. I'm like, what the fuck? Like what kind of random ass question is that for you to ask me? Me and you never discussed that before. So immediately, because I'm like, man, I know game. I ain't trying to, I'm about to get married. I ain't trying to get cased up like that. So, you know, I hit wifey up and I'm like, hey man, you know, your homegirl just hit me up asking me if I want some sushi, man. She told me she gonna bring it by. And I'm like, hey, I don't know what type of games y'all, what type of timing y'all on, but she just started laughing because she's like, no, she's like, no, it's cool. We ain't trying to case you up or nothing, but that's the type of timing. That's the type of timing I'm on because I'm like, man, you ain't because look at it because they'll be like, all right, the only different, they have the same body structure. Basically, only thing Shaka's, much shorter. So she's like, okay,
she's short too.
You like, oh man, well, she already liked this. He's like, he already liked this type of girl. So let me try him with this girl. And I'm like, I wasn't having that, boy. I'm like, man, and I think she did. So I sent her back the message after I cleared it. I'm like, hey, this was going on. And she's like, I said, all right, well, you could bring it by. And when I opened the door, I didn't even open the door all the way. So I had the door open, like, when you don't want to let somebody in your house and you got the door like right up on you and you just stick your hand out and
you ain't stupid. Nobody said you were stupid.
Bro, that happened, that's 11 years ago. And she said I had the whole conversation with your wife about sushi. I ain't know. Hey, because normally in a situation like that, she would be the one to hit me up and say, hey, Shaka's coming by to drop this off. Not you hitting me up asking me, hey, do you want this? I'm like, man, I was like, hey, you ain't doing it. You ain't doing it to me. So that was, but I don't think, I know men and women say they friends and blah, 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 but I'm talking about like us and Dr. Mia are friends, but I'm talking about like the friends where you going out with them and y'all going on lunch dates and y'all talking on the phone all the time, man, you in a whole ass relationship. Miss me with that. You in an entire relationship. I just don't see it. I don't think men and women could be friends like that. I mean, that's just me personally. Because I don't trust, because I know me, I know my mindset, and men, mine is always like, I mean, if she was, if she a looker, a man gonna always look, man. I watch Big Job. Mike, I know you know about Big Job.
Big job. Oh yeah. The skits.
Big dude that be doing those skits.
Yeah, the skits. Yeah.
So he did a skit one time with his homegirl. They were like really good friends. And then she asked him a question. She was like, nah, he would never try to smash me. And then she asked him a question. She was like, man, if I gave you some, would you try to, like, if I offered to give you some, would you try to smash? He's like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, he's gonna say it.
Knock the brakes off.
Bro, I had my ex, that was an issue. She had a friend for like 10 years. And I always told her, because I'm like, I don't like how dude move. Like, what dude wants to come to your house late at night just to sit up and watch TV with you? Facts. I'm like, I don't like how dudes move. And she would cook him dinner and somebody you could come over and stuff like that. I'm like, man, you crazy as hell.
And she would gaslight you, wouldn't she?
Yeah. And then she told me one time, she was like, yeah, he tried to get with me. So they ended the friendship. I said, I told you, because that's what men do.
Yep. She knew.
I'm like, they try to get you good in your good graces, and then they try to bad you. That's what they do.
Hey, women do it too, my G. We just ain't fine enough to get it. I got friends who are considered fine by women. Oh, women do that too. I know women that sit around and wait in the friend zone, just hoping and praying he drunk one night. Dude, I'm telling you, I got a cousin that think women think so fine. If me and his brother drove up in the car with our girls, and both of the girls stuck their head out the window to talk to him, ain't never met him a day in their life. We put both them girls out and left them. Like, that's how mad it was. It was like he looked that good. And I'm talking about women. I've known at least 4 of them who just hang around. Oh no, we're just good friends. We're just good friends. We're friends.
Why?
Waiting for the opportunity for him to drop off some penis. Just waiting. And he was like, and he knew too. He would just be like, nah, that's my friends. We cool people. But when we alone, he's like, oh yeah, she want to knock me off. I know what's up. And I'm like, good Lord, it must be nice to be fine, boy. If I could be fine for 2 weeks. Oh my God.
Spectacular.
Bro, he got the hazel eyes with the long lion hair dreads and stuff. Them chicks used to go crazy over him. But he knew. And the funny part, if they knew, they ain't even have a shot because he conceded. He's like he smashed 9 10s and that's it. So
Yeah,
like I said, it goes both
thank
ways.
you,
Don't think
thank
it's
you,
just dudes.
Shaka.
Don't think it's just dudes.
Yeah, but Shaka, like she yeah, I was just like, boy, nah, they ain't getting me. I'm like, hell no.
I like her up.
Because we were like still fresh in the relationship. If it was now, it'd be like whatever. But then it was too early in the relationship. I'm like, and you know, they'd be like, man, the flesh is weak.
Hey, you know what? I had a story like that. But it is. You ain't lying.
Bro, that's crazy. Cause it ain't like she know. It ain't like I said. Y'all see her when she comes on here and turns her camera on, but you have to see her in person. Like she is.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, she's a gorgeous girl, and this is like, hey, you want some sushi? Hey,
That don't even sound right.
But when you say it like that,
you want some sushi? Like, come on,
I got some
man.
fresh sushi. Fresh.
Y'all so stupid.
Still wet from the sea.
Oh man. I got one more video, and I want to play this one because the homie didn't even realize he got friend zone on this one. So it's kind of like a two-parter of how she friend zoned the hell out of him. Hold on.
Yo, that's enough. I thought I told these men to stop living in the friend zone. Get out.
You know that's never gonna stop happening.
Nah, bro, she friend zoned the hell out of this, man.
Dudes is pathetic, man.
Wait till Monday, man. Not Monday, but Tuesday. I got a video, man. I got a new folder that I just called the simp files. So anytime I get a video, I just throw it in there, and they just be like, "Damn, bro, you, woof." So this guy, he's asking this guy the same question, basically about being in a relationship with your friend.
Have you been friends?
10 years.
Yeah, 10 years.
10 going on 11 years.
In that time period, have you never had feelings for each other?
No, like he's been just such a great friend. So, like, I couldn't see the other side of it.
Could you ever see her being your wife one day?
I mean, it's possible. It's possible.
So you wouldn't rule that out?
I wouldn't
We
completely.
never thought about it.
I've never 100% thought about it.
You simp ass.
Possible, but yeah, we're friends.
How come it's a possibility in your mind, but for you, you're like, I would just never look at him that way?
We've been such good friends. I don't want to ruin the friendship.
How could you ruin a friendship by getting closer?
Well, like when people take friendships into relationships, they're not meant to be in a relationship. They were always meant to be friends.
He just doesn't fit that box?
No, I wouldn't say that because he fits all the boxes.
Then why move the relationship further?
I never thought about it, honestly.
Man, she friends on the hell out of Buddy.
Bro, you know what I want people to see in that video?
God, I would know that video. Damn.
I want people to see one thing, because people think when I talk that I don't be really saying the truth. Did you see her face when he said, "Oh well, I could see her as being my wife one day"?
Yeah.
You know what you didn't see? You didn't see surprise, did you? Because she freaking knew already. Women know. She knew what he wanted, and she put him in that box. You ain't getting no draws. I've been telling dudes since my one man rant. Get away from these women. If a woman knows you're a good guy and she knows you're the type of man that she should be with, but she don't want to be with you, that means you ugly. She don't want to smash. You're never gonna get it. Stop talking to her. Move on with your life.
So, Mike, would you consider this moment like a Forrest Gump moment in the movie where Jenny end up like with him in that one night and he smashed, and then he end up with like a kid with her sometime after? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it was so, I cringed so much at it, because when the guy asked her, like, okay, so does he cross out all the boxes for you? And she was like, yeah. So I'm like, what is the issue then? Because you clearly thought about it too. He thought about it. He told you just now, and like he probably said it before to you, but then you're like, So he crossed all the boxes to you. So what is the issue? What is the problem there? Because clearly there's a disconnect. But then he's telling you he could see a possibility, and you're like, nah. She's like completely like shooting it down from like top to bottom, and I was just like, dude, like it's. I just cringe. I cringe even just thinking about just watching the whole thing just now because it's like stupid, hella stupid to me.
But
Stupid.
she said something in there that's really what I wanted to touch on is when she was like about how friendship like it ruins the relationship. And when so okay, so I've seen people that have been in boyfriend and girlfriend for 10 plus years, 10, 15 years. I remember I was in the store and a lady was on the phone talking about how she just broke up with her husband that she's been boyfriend and girlfriend with for 15 years, but they got married and they got divorced after 1 year. So what is that? So like her saying that the friendship ruins relationships. What you got is there some y'all think is some validity to that?
Safety. It's a safety net. It's a safety net. I hate to say it.
You being nice. You being nice. It ain't no
Yep.
safety net.
You know what I
She has him where she wants him.
pretty much. That's what I mean. Safety net.
Yeah, I'm saying you being nice. Stop being nice. She's a manipulative ass. She has him where you know how guys have their side chick and they be like, "How come you never committed to her?" Oh, nah, that's my little jump off. I got her in the cut. She do what I want. Da 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 da. That's what that means. Because any real woman will tell. Oh, Shaka just took it out my mouth. Every real woman will tell you you want your man to be your friend. You want to be able to chill with your man. So if you have a friend that checks all the boxes, that's the first dude you want to mess with. You want that dude because that means outside of lust, you have something to talk about, you have something in common, you have something that you could build on. She said he has everything she could build with, but she good because she don't want to ruin the friendship. No, if this dude is perfect, you're gonna do nothing but build and make this thing better. But he ugly. He either ugly or he lame. He's probably lame. Because I don't think he looked that bad, no judging no dude, but he probably a lame. That's what it is. Women, no matter how much women love to say, and I ain't talking about all women, no matter how much most women love to say, oh, I like a guy whose sense of humor is nice. I like a guy who treats me well. They lying. I like a guy who has something going on about himself. The number one thing they really trying to say is attractive and swag. That's the number one, that's it right there. You got to be attractive, and swag is attached to attraction. If she don't feel you sexy and you make her feel like you sexy, you ain't getting no draws. You could be the best dude in the world. If you a lame, you're gonna have the driest penis alive. That's just what it is. If you a lame, you're gonna have you're gonna have the cobwebs on the balls, your dick just dry. You're gonna have sand falling out your boxes. That's who you are. Stop being lame. That's why I tell these dudes, stop being friends with them. And they're going to try to make you feel bad. They're going to say, well, then you weren't really my friends. Just say, okay. Say, all right, bet. And then leave. Because she'll do whatever it takes to keep you in the zone, to keep you in that friend zone because you're her comfort zone. When the man she's sleeping with treat her like trash, you're the one that's going to rub her hair. When she's drinking because the dude treat her like trash, you're going to hold her hair so vomit don't get in it. You are a punk. Stop being a simp. Let her go. Go work out a little bit. Get your manhood up and go holler at some girls, man. Hanging around for 10 years. Because, I'm going to tell you like this. Most men and I'm going to shut up, Trevor, right after this. Most men in the world, I ain't going to say men. I'm going to say women too. Most people in the world will tell you the best way to ruin a crush is to get the person you crushing on. Because 9 times out of 10, you realize who they really are, and it ain't what you thought it was. All that crush is built up in your mind. Every time you like, damn, she's a star cheerleader. She's so fine. She's so beautiful. You hang out with her, you find out she a crackhead. You find out she sleep with her cousin or something. All them girls who's like, oh, look at him. He's the man. He probably been slinging drugs last week and beating on his mama and he this, that, and the third. You don't know who the person really is. All that's in your mind is your fantasies about them. It's not based on anything but what you think. The person that you're crushing on is a figment of your own imagination. Let that go. Go find you a real human woman or man and go try it with them. Stop being a bitch. All right, my bad, Trevor. Go ahead.
And I'm going to end it right there.
My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Stop being a bitch.
Stop being a bitch.
See, so hold on. One Love says my best friend is a guy, and I met him before I got married, and we were like brothers and sisters. But he says, Liz, I'm a man though. Yeah, you see that he put that qualifier out there. I would have never went there though. Not interested. Not interested. You wasn't interested, but he let you know right off. See. Men are naturally attracted to women, and I mean vice versa too. And I think a lot of times with women is more of a competition thing, just to see if they can get you. Because I've heard them say a lot of times, girl, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. I remember I worked. I was a manager at a place in Deerfield, and I had like 43 employees at one time, and this set of girls came there. And I'm holding like the orientation meeting, and the one girl is actively telling me, she's like, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm like, damn. What?
Go through that on a daily basis. So
I'm gonna let you have that, Trevor. I ain't gonna say no. I'm gonna let you have that.
But I'm just like, bro, but
they tell you up front.
Hey, that's one thing about women, man. They don't be beating around no bush. Like we beat around the bush a lot, and they be upfront about it and tell you like, hey, this is what I want. This. So One Love saying he know everything about me minus the sex thing. Yeah, but he let you know. He let you know off top. That's what that was my whole thing. Not to try to deter anybody from having a male friend, but I'm just saying, you think that male, you could watch any movie. There's not a movie that you could watch. Prime example. Let's look at The Best Man. Best Friends. Harper and oh man, what's the one that
Lance.
Yeah, Lance, but I'm saying Lance.
No, Harper and the girl.
Harper and Lance's old lady.
The one that he left his girlfriend to go meet up with to go smash on the low. They ain't do nothing, but it was something we should have did when we were younger. They ain't do nothing for what, a 20-something years. But it was always there. Yeah, man. Everybody got friends like that. I got a friend like that. She live in Houston. She knows who she is.
I'm telling you, man. Like you think, bro. That's I think like the attraction between men and women is there, man. You can't put no wedge between it. You can't. Women ain't just one day not going to be attractive. I mean, even chicks, hell, even chicks that dudes say is ugly, you know, or vice versa. It's another dude that's like, nah, bro, that's my speed right there.
Bro, you ain't even gotta like the. What did I tell? I was just telling my homegirl this today. I was telling her the difference between men cheating and women cheating. I'm like, yo, a dude don't even gotta like the girl. He just gotta like a piece. He ain't gotta like the whole body. He just like the chest.
Facts.
He just I know a dude in Jamaica used to be like, yo, man, I know, but our belly skin rotted. I'm like, bro, just the belly? Word, the belly skin, my G? And that was enough for him. And he beat it up. Yep. And he couldn't stand the chick.
I believe you.
You feel me? Like, yo, she have a smooth belly skin, me love it. I'm like, yo, my dude, stop. I'm telling you, that's it. And the dude will smash, never talk to you again.
Yep.
So Shaka, you have friends that you can go out on male friends that you can go out on dates with and go out for drinks with, and y'all could sit up and cuddle and watch, because I see this shit on the movies all the time. Y'all cuddle up and watch TV together, and then he just go home at the end of the night. Come on, man.
No, I think that was a jab at me because of what I said last time. She was trying to come at me.
And I bet
I can talk people out their panties. You can miss me with that. I've done it before.
I bet you if he going home, he ain't going home regular. He going home stiff as a brick.
Well, you out your mind. I learned from, matter of fact, because I know you in the South. You remember that Juvenile on Fire song?
Hell yeah.
That's my favorite song on 400 Degrees. If you remember how that song started, that's my motto ever since I heard that song. If I'm in a room, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna leave it right there. You get it. If you know, you know. But I'm not leaving the way. I'm not leaving that way. I'm leaving satisfied one way or another.
Shaka, I call cap. I mean, because Hey, your body parts got a mind of their own. I call cap. Y'all sitting up there cuddling, eating popcorn, and your hands touch, and come on, man.
Companies to another, and it goes from there.
And then you're like, oh, but we were just friends.
Nope.
It could never happen again. Come on, man.
Eats to another. Well, you know.
But again, see, Shaka just proving my point. Shaka saying, but I also know they want to hit. So she knows.
Of course.
Man will be man.
Bro, a man gonna be a man. They gonna want it. They gonna want to hit. Like, that's the thing. I'm just like, man, I just don't think men could just solely just be a friend. Like, hey, I'm just a friend. I ain't got no sexual desire towards her or nothing.
Of course you can. You just had to have hit it in the past. if I hit it already, I'm good. We could be cool. Or she got to be like super ugly, where like you wouldn't even. We're even on a drunk night. Nah, because some dudes will still do that. So now I'm gonna stick with the first one. If you hit it already, you cool.
But I even said earlier in the show that dudes smashing ugly chicks because they're doing what his pretty woman won't do. So it's
that's
like
a fact.
Facts.
You know,
that's why they be hating on BBWs, because BBWs will do all that freaky deaky stuff. And because they the masters of like brain. For real. BBW. All these chicks is professors with tenure.
The PhDs and all.
What? They got knowledge. They all King Solomon's friends. They know the stuff. Woo. But yeah, then they start feeling bad because the dudes be using them. I tell her all the time, like, that man don't like you. He like what you do for him. You don't know what you talking about. You jealous. All right, I'm jealous. You'll call me next week and tell me. Bro, that's my problem, because I don't have many male friends. Most of my friends are females, and they come for advice, and I talk to them like I'm talking to y'all right now. I'm gonna give you 100% valid facts, but I'm not gonna fight you. You want to be stupid, be stupid. You want to get played, get played. I'll be here to laugh at you when you're done, because I'm gonna laugh.
And I told you so comes to mind.
What? Oh, I'm the king of that. Ooh, and they hate me. I ain't talking. How come we ain't talking 2 months? Because I know you was gonna say I told you so. Well, then just get it out of the way and let's go back to being cool.
All right, fellas. Well, we hit that hour and a half mark, so I'm about to go in and shut it down because I'm getting sleepy. My eyes starting to close down on me.
Man, I'm halfway through building my computer.
So Facebook, screw you. You completely messed me up tonight. Screw you.
Facebook been a hater.
I gotta figure out what the hell happened. This is the second time they did this.
We like Tom from MySpace better anyway.
They said one of my hashtags or something was disparaging. I don't know. I gotta go back and see what I said. But anyway, I appreciate that, Moon Goddess. So peace to everybody who was in the chat tonight. You know, everybody who stopped by fell off. I know we late, man, because you know we started heavy, then it started falling off because I know we late. That's why I'm only doing this once a month, because I can't sustain this every week. So peace to Mike and Ricardo for coming up. I will see you guys. What's today? Today's Friday. So I'll see you guys Monday, because we have a debate Monday between Reggie and Peter. Then Man Talk Monday is going to be on Tuesday. So and then I'll give you all the other show up, the show rundown, because we just uploaded like six new shows tonight. So all right, fellas,
you gotta let me say a freaky story one of these days.
Man, we might have to make one of them short videos for that.
Ooh, I'm with it.
We all have one.
Yeah, I got some videos I got to clip tomorrow anyway. I got a couple of conversations I got to clip. All right, fellas, I got to get out of here. I'm sleepy.
Right, sir.
All right, much love. Be safe, twin. Be safe, bestie.
What are we? I'm better than you, baby.
Hey, I'm gonna get the shirts. gonna close. We gonna double clothesline Van Cat with Bobby Heenan masks. Yo, he gonna beat your ass.
Yo, God, Van Cat, I have a.
He gonna beat your.
Yeah, one love the church folk would hang me by my neck if I ever came in their church talking this type of talk.
I would.
They would hang me and call me all type of names.
But
yeah, I'm already burning in hell. What else can they do?
Please.
All right, peace, fellas.
Peace
If I got married in the church, I'd be a bigger freak. All right, be safe.
All right, well, Straight Talk Society, there you have it. Another episode of the Straight Talk Sessions After Dark. I apologize to my folk on Facebook. I have no idea what happened. They just won't let me load the video. I was trying while we were doing this. So there you go. It's all good though. There's always somebody trying to hold me back, but it's all good. Anyway, peace to everybody who came through tonight, man, and left your comments and help, push the show along. This show will be done like once a month because it's not something that I could sustain on a weekly basis in addition to everything else that we do. Like I say, we added like about 6 shows within the last 2 days. So I'll update that on Tuesday, let you guys know what's coming up down the pike. So I'm getting ready to get out of here because I am sleepy. I was this close to taking a nap, but I knew if I took a nap, then I wasn't gonna get up till tomorrow. So I was like, no, I gotta stay up. So appreciate everybody for coming through tonight. And as always, I leave you with these words. Always seek out the truth for yourself, because if not, you'll fall victim to other people's interpretations of them. And with that, until Monday, peace.